So we've kind of got a unique scenario out at this yard. We decided he has the budget for 5 pallets of grass. So what I'm having to do is I'm actually having to work backwards. Now there's other areas in the yard that could definitely use sod, but I talked about the importance of being able to work within budgets, and this is a prime example of that. So he has the budget for 5 pallets, so my job is to give him the best look with 5 pallets. But what that means is as I'm out here prepping the yard and getting it ready for sod, I have to be super accurate with what I'm prepping out, because what I don't want to do is not prep enough of the yard and then have like a pallet of sod left that we're like, hey, what are we going to do with this? Then I got to bring the machinery back out and then start that whole prep process over. That would be a nightmare. And then the second scenario is I prep too much, and that's a really big issue, because if I prep too much, then I've torn up his yard, and we don't have enough sod in the budget to take care of that. So it is super important like this that I have a very accurate measurement, and the only reason that I feel confident in doing this is because I have Moasure 2 Pro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually map out what I have currently prepped. I'm gonna get an exact square footage of that, okay? Okay, so just a reminder to get Moasure 2 Pro turned on, get it near the ground, turn it backwards and forwards, and then a little blue light will come on. One of the most important things is stopping whenever you get in the yellow for your maximum accuracy. I think I had this area close to 3 pallets whenever I measured it. So we'll check and see. Okay, so this area measured right at 1,200 square feet. So actually a little less than the 3 pallets I'd originally thought it was. So I definitely have some wiggle room in this job. I'm gonna go ahead and get these other little areas measured out, and then that way we'll know exactly how much sod we have to work with. If you guys are interested in the in a sod course, I need to make sure that there's enough interest in it for me to follow through with putting this course out. I've been working on building footage of how that whole process works, but I don't want to do the effort of doing another course, man, and then that be an airball. So if you guys are interested in learning how to do sod, and I mean, it's super profitable, just let me know. Just let me know that's something you're interested in, and I will push forward and finish up that sod course. But anyways, I'm gonna head over and get the dump trailer hooked up. I've really not been enjoying doing the trailer shuffle thing, but I tell you what, that last scare that I had with riding my skid steer in the back of the dump trailer, those days are over. So I'm just going to have to do the trailer shuffle thing, transport my skid steer with the utility trailer, and then bring my dump trailer later for cleanup and for material like bringing in topsoil and stuff. So one of my buddies called me and said, hey John, how much should I charge to remove Pampas grass? I said, to be honest, I said, I don't know, Nate. I said, I've never dug it out before. But I would just, charge an hourly rate. based on how long I thought it was going to take. So I said, but I'd be real careful about taking that stuff out with a shovel. He said, man, he's like, why don't I just hire it out to you, and then I'll make a little money off the top by subbing it out. I said, that's probably a good idea. He don't have a skid steer. He'd have to go rent the equipment and stuff, rent the dump trailer, rent the skid. So that's kind of what this video is about. A lot of times it makes sense in these situations when you got to go rent equipment, rent dump trailers. It just makes sense to hire it out, have a good network that you can hire some, whether it's tree work or irrigation, like whatever. There is a lot of money to be made with subcontracting out work. You don't have to do anything other than make a phone call. Now, of course, you need to be set up for that with appropriate insurances and be able to 1099 those contractors once they hit that threshold. But I want to put it out there, you know, there's a lot of money to be made in the green industry. Like, just because you're mowing lawns and doing basic stuff doesn't mean you don't run into stuff like this, or, you know, for that matter, pruning palm trees. Like, I got a guy in our area, he specializes in pruning palms. That's all he wants to do, is prune palm trees. And I said, man, I tell you what, I said, I will keep you busy skinning palm trees. Give me your price, you know, and I'll make an extra $35 on each one you do. And I can send him, you know, I mean, he might charge $90 for, you know, skinning a palm, and I charge 120. So every one that I send them, I'm getting $30 on. You know, he could end up doing 10, 15 at a home site. I end up making $300 or $400 by just doing a phone call. So there's definitely opportunity, but I'm a little nervous on this Pampas grass, to be honest, because I'm budgeting about 3 hours, 4 hours. But I might get in here. This might be a complete and total nightmare. But we're gonna find out. Start digging around. Let's see what we get. All right, let's get on this and see what we got. Hey there, how are you?
Hello.
I'm Jonathan. Has Nate contacted you? Nate Arnold.
Thrive?
Yes.
Actually, I noticed that I had a missed call from him. I tried to call him back. I haven't gotten anything.
I think we're helping y'all out getting this Pampas grass out.
Okay. So did Nate tell you what was going on with that over there?
It just all needs to be scooped out, and we're going to backfill it with fill dirt.
Right, but did he warn you?
At the irrigation lines or the bees?
the wasps.
Has that not been taken care of yet?
Bees. We had an exterminator come out, and while he was spraying, I was out here with him, and in like a matter of 30 seconds, I got stung like 10 times. But that was like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Now he did spray. I ordered a bee suit so that I could come out here and lay down some gasoline, but hasn't come in yet, so I haven't been able to do that.
Do you know if there's currently any bees or any wasps over there right now?
No, I haven't gone there.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there and mess around with it. If I see bees or whatever, I'm just gonna have to come back at a different time.
Okay.
So hopefully the exterminator got what he needed. So
I hope so.
okay, I'll get over there and check it out.
All right. Once we approach the plant near the giant weed near the fence on the back side, you'll see it. The one with the purple berries.
Yeah.
Once we started messing around with that, that's when they started attacking us.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get my skid over here and just bump it a few times, and I'll see if anything comes out. If anything comes out, looks like it's gonna be a problem, then I'll just reschedule whenever the exterminator can get that taken care of.
Okay.
I appreciate the heads up, thank you.
Yep.
Probably saved me a whole world of hurt over there.
Oh yeah, because those things are vicious.
I mean, so far so good. I don't see nothing.
All right. If it does start happening, they're fast and persistent. I would recommend abandoning that and running until they leave you alone and come back and get it.
Got it. I don't know, man. I just saw a bee in there. I see 2 bees, 3 bees. No, they're pissed. I see them. They're in there. No. Well, that was, we tried, but that thing was completely loaded down with bees. And they looked mad when I went in there and bumped them.